All right, everyone. Welcome to this week's Grumperiodicals, no? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam kung ano to, ito po ay collection ng mga weekly news highlights that I personally found interesting. They may or may not have moved the market. They may or may not have had any effect on the market. Pero these are the news items that piqued my personal interest and hopefully will also pique yours. Okay? So let's start. But before we do so, as always, we give credit where credit is due. Okay, sa mga pinagkukunan natin ng mga news sources natin from Inquirer, Billionaire.com, from Twitter, from Mercado Barcada, and so on, no? I put the links to those aforementioned sites in the description box below for your convenience in case that you want to check them out. Alright? Now, news item number 1. PSE wants to highly slash retail's access to IPO shares through the PSE EZ program. Now, I want to discuss this in two halves, no? The first half is, I think part of the reason kaya nila itong gustong gawin is na-expose kasi yung kakulangan nila sa mga latter IPOs na lumabas noong 2021, no? Yung sa mga medic, sa mga all day and so on. Parang lumabas yung mga problema, mga pang-refund, kung ano-ano pa, mga systematic problems. And instead of trying to fix their problems in the back end, it seems ang solusyon nila is padaliin na lang yung buhay nila para hindi na nila kailangan ayusin yun. Diba? Para, kumbaga, yung retailers na lang yung magkaroon ng problema kaysa na sila pa yung mag-aayos na dapat naman ay problema nila. Diba? Which takes us to the second half of this discussion, which is, kaya nila in-implement tong PSE EC is because they wanted retailers to have an easier time and, kumbaga, a better way to acquire IPOs. Diba? Yung a higher chance to be able to give yung mga small investors na maakuha ng gusto nilang allocation. Diba? In fact, kahit nga may gusto kang allocation, meron pa ring maximum limit yung PSE EC eh. But that's neither here nor there, no? By doing this, honestly, it's a little irritating, a little iffy para sa akin kasi you are essentially negating the primary purpose of the PSE EZ program eh. Kukontian mo, edi ganun din, mahihirapan na naman yung mga tao, dadaan na naman sila sa broker upon which hindi naman sila laging nabibigyan or hindi sila napaprioritize and so on, no? So, parang it just takes away from what the PSE EZ program should be about. Now, before I rant further, I do want to wait and see kung gaano nga kalaki yung i-slash nila. Sinabi lang kasi highly slash eh, pero wala pa tayong final numbers. So sana, over-exaggeration lang tong quote-unquote highly, and at the end of the day, kung i-slash man naman nila, sana hindi naman yung sobrang ramdam. Diba? Bigyan nyo naman ng priority yung mga retailers, which is what you set out to do anyway. Okay? News item number 2. PAL comes out of Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. So, while this is good news, no, in a way, we do have to understand lang, and the reason why I put this here is overall, yung stock naman ng PAL, hindi talaga maganda yung chart eh. Kahit na nga alisin mo yung chart sa equation eh. PAL as a fundamental na, kumbaga yung business niya, yung fundamental na values niya, yung mga fundamental na details, hindi naman talaga siya ganun ang ganda overall to begin with. So coming out of Chapter 11's bankruptcy protection does not necessarily mean na dapat bilhin na to kasi lilipad na. Okay? It just means na, okay, they've able to accumulate a form of buffer to protect themselves from whatever penalties that come out of coming out nung Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Okay? News item number 3. FCG or Figaro chops IPO size in roughly half. Now, parang lagi na lang ako may kailangan ibalita tungkol dito sa Figaro. No? Parang pinag-uusapan natin siya sa mga IPO videos natin, di ba? We were just discussing this last time na ready na siya, parang na-delay siya from last year, tapos naging ganito, naging ganyan. Then now all of a sudden, they're chopping their size in roughly half. By doing so, they're dropping yung acquisition plans nila. Okay? Now, again, whether or not this is good for you or this excites you depends on the type of person, the type of investor, the type of trader that you are. Para sa akin kasi kapag sa mga ganitong situation, parang honestly, yung pinaka nakakalamang yung may-ari eh. 'Di ba? It's not the investors, it's not even the underwriters. Pinaka nakakalamang yung may-ari eh. Kasi yung sa mga kumbaga saan mapupunta yung pera, saan mapagagastusan, sila naman yung nagdidikta eh, sila naglilimit eh. Kapag ikaw investor tuloy. Pag ikaw investor ka, syempre you like acquisition plans, 'di ba? People were happy when Shakey's bought Potato Corner, 'di ba? People were happy when Century bought Ligo, 'di ba? So parang acquisition plans should be part of the game. Dropping that para lang maging mas palatable yung price ng IPO mo considering yung current market sentiment natin, current market conditions, doesn't seem right to me. But that's just me, okay? Remember, dito sa Grumperiodicals, parang nagkukwentuhan lang tayo. I won't be too detailed. We won't go into technicals or anything. But, alam mo yun, parang para sa akin, parang hindi lang ganun aganda yung dating. Overall, I mean, I get the logic behind it. I get the reasoning. But it doesn't mean that, dapat, yay, okay lang yan. Hindi, everything's fine. Diba? Parang, so just something to think about if just in case na kino-consider nyo na mag-participate or bumili ng FCG na IPO. Okay? News item number 4, Paracetamol in astounding demand. So, dito medyo nagulat ako, no? Kahit naman before yung initial surge, parang hindi naman naging ganito yung demand for Paracetamol. Okay, ngayon parang nagkaubusan. And despite whatever the government said na, ay hindi, di naman shortage eh. We all know, diba? A lot of us also try to buy from drugstores. A lot of us also try to order online only to find na wala talagang stock. Diba? Whether it's generic, whether it's branded, wala talagang stock. Okay, so don't say na it's not in demand. It is. There is a shortage. Now, while this is easily resolved kasi I assume na yung mga companies, they are manufacturing this talagang in large quantities right now, no, para ma-fulfill yung demand. The fact of the matter is, nagkaroon ka ng period na talagang nagkaubusan tayo. Diba? Huwag natin kaligtaan. Now, syempre, kaya naman nangyari yun dahil sa Omicron, diba? Natakot yung mga tao. Tapos, syempre, pag bigla kang magkalagnat, lalo na ngayon, hindi ka naman guaranteed na makakapasok ka ng ospital and everything. So, we wanna make sure na we can take care of ourselves. And I get it. Pero sana, huwag naman umabot sa kumbaga sa pamamaraan na iinom ng paracetamol para mababa yung lagnat, para lang makabalik ng trabaho, tas itatago natin yung simptomas natin, no? Kasi syempre, pag ganon, pwede tayong makahawa ng iba, lalo natin papalalain yung sitwasyon. So sana hindi naman yun yung maging usage natin for paracetamol. Gamitin po siya para alagaan natin yung sarili natin. Huwag po natin siyang gamitin as a way to try and circumvent the system. Okay? And then finally, news item number 5. The PSE was named Best Exchange in Southeast Asia. Then on the same day, nagkaroon tayo ng problema, no? So sa mga hindi nakakaalam, on Tuesday, na-cancel yung trading kasi nagkaroon ng issue sa back-end ng PSE. Back-end and front-end, I think. Essentially, parang 1/3 ng mga brokers hindi ma-connect. Diba? Now, while I applaud PSE for being outright about it, para sa akin, there was no reason to name na, kasi yung Nasdaq, ganyan, yung front, whatever, ganito. There was no reason to say that. There was no reason to name drop yung mga, kumbaga yung mga system provider mo. Just take the blame. Just take the hit. Diba? Parang minsan kasi dating sa akin kapag in-name drop mo pa, kasi yung Nasdaq, ganito. Parang pinapasa mo yung sisi, na parang, hindi namin kasalanan niya ni ganito. But, at the end of the day, it is your fault. Diba? Ikaw yung hindi naglagay ng backups, or kung naglagay ka mo ng backup, pati yung mga backup mo, pumalpak. So, at the end of the day, it's your fault. Take the hit. Diba? There's no need to name names and para lang ma-deflect ng konti yung sisi sa iba. Diba? Para sa akin lang, if you're the best exchange in Southeast Asia, then, don't deflect blame. Accept the hit. Sabihin mo, we're sorry, we failed. Nagkaroon kami ng problem sa system namin. We're gonna make sure na hindi na siya maulit in the future, and then that's it. Diba? No need to expound more than that. I admire the transparency, but I personally found it unnecessary. Diba? But syempre, bilang kapwa Pilipino, we are proud na the PSE was named the best exchange in Southeast Asia. No? Congratulations sa kanila. I do wish that they expounded more do sa mga qualities or sa mga parameters na ginamit nila to determine kung ano nga ba talaga yung best exchange in Southeast Asia. But I think they only glossed over some details and they never really went into the nitty-gritty of everything. No? Okay? So, before we go, I leave you with this quote once more. All new news is old news happening to new people. Okay? And this was said by Malcolm Muggeridge. All this means is wala na talagang bago under the sun. And kaya natin ginagawa to, at least ako, kaya ako ginagawa tong Grumperiodicals, meron akong konting selfish na intent, no? Which is to always remind myself sa mga pangyayari para every now and then, maalala ko, teka, parang nangyari na to before. Parang napag-usapan na natin to before. And it reminds me of what happened in the past and perhaps I can use what happened as a gauge to what might happen should this occur again in the future. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung Grumperiodicals video natin. As always, I hope na nagustuhan nyo to. And if so, please do let me know in the comments section, no? And as always, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!